Hello. As we approach the sixth Sunday of Easter, the words of Holy Scripture that are given to us are very appropriate for our situation today. St. Peter writes to the early Christians, "Sanctify Christ as the Lord in your hearts. Always be ready to give an explanation to anyone who asks you for a reason for your hope, but do it with gentleness and reverence." Be ready to give a reason for your hope. These last few weeks have been very daunting and distressing for all of us. But on the other hand, there have been incidences of hope that touched me very deeply. We had a sad occasion. A dear friend of mine lost her brother. They had to cremate him. But she asked me, "Father, could we still have a Mass? Can we have a Mass even under these circumstances?" I said, "Well, yes, we can have a Mass, but it's very limited." She said, "There'll only be 3 or 4 of us at that Mass, I guarantee you." So I went ahead, and we had a funeral Mass for her beloved brother. And it was very moving. 3 masked people sitting in the front pew, me at the altar. I chanted the prayers of the Mass, incensed the remains, and she was deeply grateful. She sent a letter a week later, "Father, you don't know how much it meant to me that I was able to at least commemorate my brother's death with the Mass, a funeral Mass of the church." And in a few days, we'll have a wedding here at St. Barbara's. It's hard to believe. Many of our weddings have already been postponed. But this couple really feel that they don't want to delay it any further. A lot of their plans in preparation for the wedding already have been, you might say, destroyed by the COVID-19. They were hoping to have his parents come from Poland to be here at the Mass in Polish, and that's not possible. But they're going to go ahead with it with a small number of people. As I said, it's restricted, so that they could marry in the church, marry before God. They want to do that now. And I'm very happy because, as you might not be aware of, many more couples in the United States are not even going to a church, not even, whether it's Catholic or Orthodox or Lutheran or Methodist, not even going to a church for a ceremony. That's not an important part of that. The third thing that really gives me hope was an incident I ran in along the canal pathway, the bike path. I like to bike. It gives good exercise for me to do that. So I was biking down there, and suddenly I came to a gaggle of people. And I was wondering, as I was biking towards them, I said, "Who is that up there?" Suddenly I stopped. I was almost shocked to see a couple that I know very well with their grandchildren. They're of necessity have to be assisting with the care of their grandchildren. So they're together. I know that's not recommended, but they're a younger couple, and they feel they can take care of them. And the children were running around, and we chatted for a while. I stopped on my bike and talked with them for a moment, just to see the joy of the children, to see the joy of their grandparents, to see their children running around and playing along the bike path and a little bit in the woods, was a very important sign, I think, to me. As St. Peter put it so beautifully in that reading, he said, "Always be ready to give an explanation to anyone who asks you for a reason for your hope." There's a lot of hope in our human existence and our human lives. We have to uncover it, we have to expose it, we have to appreciate it. I'd ask you this week, look more closely in the last few weeks. What gives you hope? Maybe it's a moment of prayer. Maybe it's a call from a friend. Maybe it's an action of charity. Maybe it's simply being able to get some things done you didn't think you were able to do. We have reason for hope. And as the risen Christ, which is behind me, indicates, as Catholic Christians, we know we sanctify Christ as Lord in our hearts. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.